Good evening and welcome to Todd Field. It's homecoming 2025 in Shallow Water tonight. So the schedule is a little bit different. The band will not get to perform at halftime like they normally do. So they're going to perform before the game starts, and we are going to start the First United Bank pregame show in the Shallow Water Sports Network with the performance from the Mustang Band. So enjoy this, and we'll be right back in a few minutes to break down this game between Pecos and Shallow Water.
Shallowater High School Marching Band will be performing at the Westerner Marching Festival tomorrow at Lowry Field. Go out and support the Shallowater Mustang Marching Band. Next week, next Saturday, I believe, is their UIO contest.
A lot of experience, and like I said, they look much improved. They look bigger, too. Just being down on the field before this game started, they look a little bit bigger than what we saw in the last couple of years, especially at the line of scrimmage. So interested to see how that goes. They play in a 14 district, and what's interesting about them, their realignment number from February a couple of years ago is 818, which would put them normally in 4A Division II. They play in 4A Division I. They're called an opt-up, and I think it's just for geographic purposes. But they are, they're playing a division up that you would need 957 as your number to be 4A Division I. They're at 818, but they play in District 3 of 4A Division I with Andrews, Big Spring, and San Angelo, Lakeview. Because they're in a 4-team district just like us, they haven't started their district schedule yet, obviously. They were in the playoffs last year. They lost 53-14 to Lampasas. It was a 3-8 year last year for them. They finished 1-2 as the third place team out of District 3. And the Mustangs went to Pecos. Like you said, it was a long road trip. And that was a pretty quick football game. The Mustangs win that one 57-6. And it was all Mustangs.
Yeah, Mustangs on them early, and it was all Mustangs, and it was a pretty quick game, able to get on the road and get back home sooner. But as you mentioned, obviously Pecos making the trip here to Todd Field tonight, and as you also mentioned, a different Pecos team than what we've seen. So I expect to see more of a challenge from this team. They appear to be responding well to that new coach, and we know what experience can do, and they've got some good experience returning for the Eagles.
Yeah, last year Mustangs jumped out to a 37-6 first quarter lead. It was 51-6 at halftime, and just a lot of fun. It was crazy. That's where we saw that famous pitching wedge, onside kick recovery, whatever you want to call it, down at the 2-yard line. And we saw 7 different Mustangs score a touchdown in that game. We had a running clock in the second half, so really most of the scoring. We got 2 Clayton Vincent field goals in the second half, but running clock, and it was a pretty short second half. The Mustangs gave up 121 total yards, 100 of it in the air, and they got almost all of it on one play. It was a 73-yard touchdown pass from Colton Salgado to Jordan Rosales there in the first quarter, and outside of that, 21 yards on the ground, just 3 yards per play. The Mustang defense got 3 turnovers. So when you say it was all Mustangs, it really was. It was incredibly lopsided, but a lot of fun. And one of those games, too, where some of the younger guys got experience.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. One of those situations where the coaching staff did a good job of taking the opportunity to get those guys some experience in obviously a lopsided game like that. But a lot of the guys you see on the field tonight really got some good varsity action in that game, among some other games where the Mustangs had comfortable leads last year.
Yeah, and the Mustangs, you're starting to see some of that experience that those younger guys got. You're starting to see that pay off now. You're starting to see some of those guys mature here, but those games, very important last year, and now that they've got 6 games under their belt here in 2025, we're starting to see this Mustang team come into form, and that was really evident last week against Canadian, a big bounce-back win, 52-20, and one of the things I love about Coach Vincent is he super positive all the time. I love some of the stuff, even as a sideline reporter, that I got to hear on the sideline from him immediately following games and stuff like that. He's very positive, always has a great message for the boys. And after that Idalou game, still positive, but I think a little bit surprised. I think the boys and the coaching staff both a little bit surprised after that game. And he said we have 8 quarters. We have 8 quarters to get ready. And he was talking about the game against Canadian and this game tonight against Pecos. So now just 4 quarters left, but the 4 quarters that they had last week against Canadian, you saw a really good response from this Mustang team, and a little bit of that character of that Mustang team too, of being able to bounce back and have a great performance.
Yeah, sure. You know, you come off a tough loss like that, then you get the 6th-ranked Canadian Wildcats coming to your place, and really a lot of people outside of the program not really giving the Mustangs much of a chance last week, but the ones that mattered had different plans, and that was the players and this coaching staff, and they buckled down and got it done in a big way. Just impressive all the way around.
I think as a coaching staff, you're, especially with the non-district schedule that we have, they're always kind of walking a tightrope, so to speak, because you want to challenge your team, you want to put them in some adverse situations. You want to see how they respond. Let them see a little adversity for that growth and to learn from mistakes, from some up and downs. You want to build some depth too. You know, like it's all about, you know, that experience. You want to have success because you want them to build a little bit of confidence too as the year goes on. If you get, you know, if the schedule's too tough, or, you know, if the results aren't there, you get a little too beat up, you might lose some confidence. I mean, there's all that stuff you worry about sometimes when there's frustration in those losses. What does that do to the locker room and the team chemistry? And there's so many things there for a coaching staff and for a team to manage, and you feel like what you saw last week was just very encouraging, not only for the coaching staff to get these guys in a good headspace to come out and perform after a couple of tough losses, but also the leadership in the locker room. I mean, I think that's one of the things maybe that we haven't talked about a ton early in the year is losing 29 seniors. Yeah, you lose a lot of experience, but you lose some leadership in the locker room, and I think it's really encouraging to see the way they bounce back kind of from a leadership perspective too with the team.
I think you're spot on there. I think that's a big part of it, and I think that speaks volumes for those guys, those leaders on the team, what the results we got last week to bounce back like that. And the other thing about it, I know we've talked about it being in a 14 district, but you know, this is 7 games into the season tonight here, and we haven't even started district play yet. We're going to take a bye week next week, you know, and so we're going to be well into October before we play our first district game, and that's a long non-district season there. But I think the guys obviously have done a good job staying focused week in, week out. You got to focus on that game ahead of you, but also you are anticipating getting into district play is probably a better way to put it. So I know they'll be ready to go tonight, but also they'll be looking forward to getting into that district play here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, the Mustangs had, I mean, when you look at the stats, they were pretty even for the most part with Canadian. It wasn't super lopsided on the stat sheet, but the Mustangs were able to do some, they were able to establish a line of scrimmage like they hadn't been able to do a few weeks in a row. They got 154 yards on the ground, and some big plays in the passing game as well. Got some of those skill guys involved again. The story, though, really 6 turnovers for that Canadian team. The Mustang defense with 4 interceptions. Champ Clanahan recovered a fumble, took it in for a touchdown. You had what was essentially a turnover on a bad snap on a punt. The Mustangs ended up getting at the 2-yard line. You had a muff punt, too, on special teams for Canadians, so 6 turnovers, and really 7 when you think about that special teams play that gave the Mustangs the ball, you know, inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, but you gotta like the big man scoring the touchdown. There's nothing better than when a big man can get a scoop and a score. Happy to see Champ get that done.
Yeah, so a lot of big performances. Cooper Martin, 225 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, 74 yards on the ground, 2 more touchdowns. Maddox McDonald caught 4 passes, 92 yards and a touchdown. Logan Wynn had 5 receptions, 63 yards and a touchdown. And you talk about those 2 guys, Maddox and Logan, they each had an interception defensively. Let's see, Blaise Jeter, 12 tackles. You talked about Clanahan, he recovered that, scooped it, recovered the fumble and took it in for a touchdown. Also had 9 tackles. And then Cruz Dixon, one of our Glass Union Bison Interman players of the game, 8 tackles, 2 interceptions. Daniel Rideout also had a big game for the Mustangs. They were our 2 Glass Union Bison Interman players of the game. But man, just a lot of fun last week. And you see some other scores from around the area last week too. Bushland gets a 35-28 win over Perryton now as we get closer to district play. Bushland will be the district opener in 2 weeks. Like you said, bye week next week, and then we'll be at Bushland 2 weeks from tonight. Dalhart looks really strong. This is, I think maybe in years past, Shallow fans, Bushland fans might talk about it being a two-team race, that it was Shallow and Bushland, and Dalhart is going to have a lot to say about that this year. Dalhart looks really good. They beat Muleshoe 59-0. Idalou and Wall was a really good game. We were interested to see. It was tied at halftime, but 14-0 in favor of the Hawks in the second half. So really looking forward to seeing what Idalou does as we get into the playoffs. Really excited to see what Greenwood and Seminole do too. That's going to be a fun district to keep an eye on, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that Liberty Greenwood score, that was a game I was looking forward to. I really thought it would be closer on that one. Greenwood solid, but Liberty had been really destroying their opponents, and so it just shows you just what a quality opponent Greenwood was that the Mustangs faced here a few weeks ago. But you touched on it, Dalhart going to have to keep our eye on them. I think they've been playing some pretty good football, and we've seen that out of them in the past. A couple years ago, went up to Dalhart, and they got the best of us up there. So we'll have to be ready. Of course, that's down the road a little ways, but just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that'll actually be the last game of the year. We will close at Dalhart, and in a four-team district, you're almost guaranteed to have district title implications on the line that night. The Mustangs about to run out of the tunnel. Did you see the coin toss? I think we talked right through it this time. We try to watch every week. Jake says that we're taking the ball. We'll look quickly at the two quarterbacks for tonight. Of course, Cooper Martin, who had 225 yards in the air against Canadian, 74 more on the ground. He's a dual threat guy. And tonight matched up against Avery Garcia, who is a dual threat guy. Really, because of the way that Pecos runs their offense, you'll see them come out with two running backs almost all the time and just three wide receivers. They really have a three-headed running attack, and Avery Garcia, a big part of that. He's the point guard. You have to respect him in keeping the football, whether it's one of those RPOs where he's got a run-pass option, or if it's a zone read, he can run an option too outside with two really good running backs. And number 29, Amari Griffin, is one that'll get the ball a lot tonight. He's just well-rounded. It looks like he can run over guys, and he can run away from them too. He looks really good on film. Amari Griffin does. And then Mateo Fernandez. No, he's on defense. Javian Martinez, number 6. That's who I was looking for. He's kind of their quick option back there in the backfield. Martinez and Griffin will both line up next to Garcia, and he'll lead block some, Martinez will, but he likes to run between the tackles as well. And then Joel Aguilar, 3-year starter at linebacker for them. We'll call his name a lot tonight. He's a leader. Looks just really smart on defense. He gets free, gets off of blocks, and finds the football a lot in their base 4-2-5 defense. And then Mateo Fernandez, I circled him at cornerback. He's a good open field tackler, good in run support too. And Julian Mendoza, one of the big guys on the offensive line. They'll run behind him a lot with those two running backs and a running quarterback. So we're just about set for the national anthem here. We'll turn it over to Mr. Barber.
We would like to ask you to join us in a few moments of silence. Thank you. SHS Senior and Fellowship of Christian Athletes Captain Maddox Phillips has asked to lead us in a word of prayer for our nation, our communities, and our schools.
Would y'all bow y'all's heads with me? Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this wonderful opportunity that you've given us just to come and watch this wonderful football game. Lord, I thank you for safe travels here, and I pray that everyone has safe travels home. Lord, I just pray that this game be injury-free and in your name, Lord. Let everything we do tonight in the stands and on the field honor you. In your heavenly name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Maddox. Please remain standing and join us in singing our national anthem played by the Shallowater High School Band.
Just a few more minutes here on the First United Bank pregame show, or a few more moments, I guess, in the First United Bank pregame show before we kick off between the Eagles and the Mustangs. We got to mention RD's keys to the game real quick. And I think it's pretty simple this week. Eliminate distractions, because you got a lot of stuff going on, not just tonight, but in, earlier in the week.
Yep.
And then start
Homecoming
fast.
and all that stuff that goes on. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, and it's a fairly new tradition to have a homecoming king. That has not always been a thing in Shallowater, but a lot of these guys on the football team also on the homecoming court. So just add a distraction, but eliminate that and come out and start fast. Can't afford a sleepy start today.
Yep, I agree. You just got to stay focused, and starting fast is always a good thing, regardless of your opponent. And then I'd like to see us, establish the run game this week, get Rylan Brown untracked, and find some running room for him. And we're getting ready to go. Yeah,
tonight's Zia Power Sports Spotlight Player of the Game, Baze Barker. Baze, one of the funnest guys on the team to watch. High energy, flies all over the place, and good to see him finally get his opportunity this year. He's making the most of it too.
Yeah, a guy that saw some spot time last year, and Baze is one of those guys not afraid to stick his nose in there on the football. Usually going to be in around the ball, if not on the tackle, but just another one of those good, solid Mustang football players. A good, solid, all-around young man there. Also, I believe still plays some golf for the Mustang golf team.
Yeah. Bralio Grotto had a nice kickoff right there out of the back of the end zone on a really calm night. That was not wind aided at all. It's pretty unusual for us to play a football game where the flag is laying straight down on the pole, but a beautiful night in West Texas as the Mustangs will start at the 25-yard line. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield for Cooper Martin.
Yep, calm night, 80 degrees. It'll drop down into low to mid 70s by the end of the game, but great night, whether you're a fan or a player out there for some homecoming football here at Todd Field.
Martin quickly out to Micah Blackshear on the screen, and Micah has about 4 yards on first down.
Yeah, high tackle up around the shoulders there, wrestles him down, brings up 2nd down and 6. Mustangs back on the ball quickly, going with a little tempo here.
Logan Wynn in motion, fakes the handoff. Martin keeps it. He picks up a couple more out across the 30-yard line, but it looks like 3rd and 4 on the way for the Mustangs.
First 3rd down situation of the night for the Mustangs. A few personnel changes. Looks like they'll go with a little tighter package here. A couple of tight ends in the formation.
And you mentioned Rylan Brown. He's in the backfield with Cooper Martin. Martin back to pass, has plenty of time. Behind the defense, Rylan Jeffcott stays on his feet, and he is in the end zone for a Mustang touchdown. 3 plays in, and the Mustangs are on the board.
Jeffcott wide open on that. Cooper does a good job of laying the ball in there. If you're Jeffcott, it feels like an eternity when that ball's in the air like that, but he does a nice job staying with the ball, catching it with his hands, and then uses his speed to race to the end zone.
Yeah, got behind the defense, beat him to the sideline, and was able to stay on his feet, get away from the shoelace tackle, and get into the end zone. We saw the swinging gate for the Mustangs. Haven't seen them go for 2 out of that a lot this year, not like we did last year, but still keeping them on their toes. Special teams wise, Swanson's extra point is good, and 10:57 left to play still in the first quarter. The Mustangs right down the field. They lead 7-0. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of Shallow Water Athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
Welcome back to the Todd. Quickly 7-0, a 3-play, 75-yard scoring drive because of a 68-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Martin to Rylan Jeffcott. And RD said start fast, and they're listening. Quick start for the Mustangs. Kickoff fielded inside the 15, brought out to the 20. Blaise Jeter is there. The ball came out, but the head linesman blowing it dead at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they'll give him progress to the 20. The Mustangs trying to sell the fumble and the recovery, but the whistle had blown on that. But, yeah, barely a minute into the game. Mustangs already on the board, Nathan. And may have caught the Eagles a little off guard on that. 3rd and short, had a really tight formation. Maybe the Eagles expecting the run and get Jeffcott loose behind the secondary, behind everybody back there for the score.
So now we'll get our first look at Avery Garcia and this Pecos offense. Hands it off to number 6, Javian Martinez. And Martinez picks up a couple out to the 22.
Yeah, hard to tell who to give the credit to on the tackle, but our spotlight player of the game, 33 Baze Barker, once again was right in there around it, if not on the tackle, getting the start there at a linebacker position next to carry on. The other linebacker's Jeter.
Griffin gets his first carry of the game, pushes the pile out across the 25 to the 27, so it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Eagles on their first possession of the night.
Corners are Blackshear and Wynn. Safeties Rideout and Dixon. The 4 guys up front, Boschma, Clanahan, Vaughn, and I'll get you one more number here momentarily. Looks like Richardson is the 4th one.
Griffin and Martinez in the backfield. Griffin in between the tackles, leaps up. He left his feet to try to get the 30-yard line, and they're going to give it to him. Looks like he got just enough to move the stick. So first down for Pecos. Griffin, from what I saw in film, likes to bounce it out a lot, but just 3 yards to gain. He goes up the middle. Javian Martinez is the guy that I saw running in between the tackles a lot.
Don't have program heights and weights on Pecos, I don't believe, Nathan, but Griffin has some good size back there. He looks like he's a load.
And he's just a sophomore. I didn't get a lot. I didn't get classifications with him either. Big hit right there from Garrett Boschma.
Boschma, the teammates had Griffin stood up. Boschma comes in and cleans up.
Yeah, Griffin trying to get loose. Really 3 yards in a cloud of dust so far for these Eagles, and they do like to run the ball a lot. Ball control will be one of, if they can, if they can stay ahead of the chains, be one of the things that might keep them in this game to try to keep the Mustang offense off the field. Here's a swing pass out to Griffin, out across the 35, but not a lot of yards after contact as the Mustangs rally to the football.
Yeah, good pursuit over there. Bring up 3rd and still manageable, 3rd and about 4 for the Eagles, but you can tell already Griffin is a big part of their game plan, getting the ball in his hands on the run game and now the pass game as well.
So still 3 in the backfield. And now to pass Garcia across the middle, and it is hauled in, threw it into traffic, but out to the 42-yard line. Mustangs were thinking pick 6 right there, and that was a nice snag by Elric Dominguez to go up and grab that.
Boschma comes out for a breather. Number 40, Tate Dodd, in on that left end of the defensive line.
Garcia again looking for Griffin on that swing pass. Met at the line of scrimmage. Blaze Jeter keeps him to minimal gain.
Nice job by Blaze, giving up a little bit on the weight there, but does a good job of standing up Griffin and holding him to another short gain.
Looked like Blaze was the first one there, but Bays was right behind him. Byron Carey on an active group of linebackers for the Mustangs. Handoff from Martinez, right side. Is able to push forward for a couple out to, looks like the 46. But now 3rd and 6.
Mustangs keeping guys fresh up front, up there, bringing in number 70, Alejandro Vinzor. Boschma also re-enters on the front 4.
Garcia, pressure in his face, gets away from it, initially taken off to his right. Clanahan got a hand on him. Carry on, chased him out of bounds, and he'll be close to the line to gain.
Look like they're going to mark him right at the 50 maybe.
So he stepped out a little bit earlier than what I thought. Hard to tell from over here, but it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be closer too, that they marking him 2 full yards short of it. Pecos doesn't even think about it. They bring out the punt unit.
Kai Salgado, the punter for the Eagles.
Of course, that part of the field you got to watch the fake, but nothing happening there.
And it'll bounce out of bounds around the 22-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will start their second possession. So we get a really quick Noble Fence defensive stand for the Mustangs and get it right back to that shallow water offense.
Yeah, no hesitation there, Nathan. I thought Pecos might at least consider it, midfield, but still early in the game, so they elect to punt it away to the Mustangs.
Mustangs will get the football after the punt. They'll have it on
7:24 on the clock here in the first quarter. If you tuned in late, Mustangs scored 1 minute and 3 seconds into the game. This is their second possession.
Some trickery right here, and Martin going deep again. He had McDonald behind everybody. Maddox comes back to get it. Still on his feet inside the 30, the 20. The Mustangs, one play, 78 yards, and McDonald finds the end zone this time.
Little trickery there. Pass was way underthrown. McDonald does a good job of coming back and high pointing the ball. And Mustangs are on the board again. Once again, one of RD's keys to the game. Fast start. Here we go.
Yeah. He must be calling the plays, too, because he's not wasting any time tonight. You see the swinging gate again for the Mustangs on this extra point attempt, but it does look like Swanson will kick it.
You mentioned that last year, Nathan. Mustangs ran the swinging gate a lot and scored every which way you could imagine out of that formation on the 2-point conversions.
Yeah, we haven't seen them do a lot with that this year, but they're putting it on film for everybody to see. So 14-0, 7:10 to play in this first quarter. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo last summer, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
Welcome back to Todd Field, 14-0. Quickly, Mustangs have run 4 plays offensively. 68-yard touchdown pass on the first drive, and then the flea flicker for a 78-yard touchdown pass. McDonald was gone, had to come back and get this. Catches it at the 45, and then just wins the foot race into the end zone for the touchdown. Again, 78 yards as the Mustangs put the ball in play. Another return. And another return that's not really going anywhere, swallowed up. This time at the 16-yard line is number 10, Jordan Morales.
Nathan, we had a different kicker that time. I noticed he was using the wrong foot, had a left-footed kicker out there. That's number 42, William Cottle, on the kickoff duty for the Mustangs.
All right, so the Mustangs looking to, first and foremost, stay healthy, get healthy in some cases, build some depth with letting some of these younger guys play tonight, start building some momentum for the district and postseason runs. Pecos out.
A few new faces on defense, 17, Easton Foster, 32, Bryce Cooper.
Garcia back to pass across the middle. It's intercepted. Cruz Dixon again. He'll return it inside the 20. Cruz had 2 interceptions last week. Glasheen Bias, an Interman player of the game, and snags one first quarter here.
Yeah, Mustangs had 5 defensive backs in there. I mentioned Foster coming into the game. 3 safeties, one of them Dixon takes that one away from the receiver.
And just jumped the route, a little bit of pressure too, so you want to give a little bit of credit to that defensive line to force that throw maybe a little bit earlier than what Avery Garcia wanted to. Not a bad pass. Cruz just jumped that. And now Shallow Water quickly back in business at the 19-yard line. Martin's rolling out to his left. Flips it out to Medley, who has a pickup of about 7 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Number 14, Trenton Medley with the football. Bring up a second down and 4.
Mustangs line up pretty quickly. We've seen them do that, taking their time at the line of scrimmage, but still 25 seconds on the play clock.
Another tight formation here, a couple of tight ends, a couple of guys off the wings.
Toss out to Ryland Brown, right side. Good blocking on the outside, and then he lowers his shoulder to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Ryland Brown.
Mustangs with another quick scoring drive. This one the shortest of the 3. Mustangs with a 3-play drive, a 1-play drive. Takes them 2 plays this time, and the Mustangs find the end zone for the 3rd time here in the first quarter, 20-0 with the extra point to come.
And again, it's not Swanson out there. It's Cottle that'll attempt the extra point. It is right down the middle, so 21-0. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. We're not even halfway done with the first quarter. It's 21-0. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network. Noble Fence Company has been in business since 2001. Owners Branham and Lee Noble are proud West Texans, born and raised in Lubbock and Texas Tech alumni. Now, Lee and Katie are proud members of the Shallow Water community supporting the Mustangs and Phillies. At Noble Fence, our main focus is customer service. Contractors can be hard to deal with, but our goal is to make your fence job as easy as possible while building the highest quality fence possible. We specialize in customizing a fence to fit your individual needs using only the highest quality materials and unsurpassed workmanship. We strive to build quality fences, but more importantly, quality relationships with the great people of West Texas. Find us at noblefence.com and call or email us today. Ball is in play, and this time Griffin returning it for Pecos. As we come back from commercial break, he brings it out to the 20, so that's where drive number 3 will start for Pecos, but the Mustangs Off to a quick start, 21-0. As you take a look at the replay one more time, this 13-yard touchdown run from Rylan Brown. And look at the blocking. Truett Vaughn on the inside, sealing it, and then he's getting a block from his wide receiver, Maddox McDonald. And those last 4 or 5 yards are pretty tough, but he lowers his shoulder and gets in the end zone.
Right. I think you can check off so far the RD's 2 keys to the game. No distractions. Mustangs don't appear distracted, and a fast start.
Griffin bounces outside, and again, a whole host of Mustangs out there to greet him. Foster was the one that finished it off, but Boschma, Vaughn got out there. Clanahan was out there, and then Easton just, with the cherry on top, popped him.
Comes in and lays the helmet on him. Yeah, and I like seeing Brownie, Rylan Brown, getting to the end zone there. As I was mentioning in the pregame, I want to see that running game more established. It just adds another dimension for the Mustangs.
Here's a run inside for Javian Martinez. It's going to be 3rd and 5. They need the 30-yard line.
Mustangs staying with that 5 defensive back look. When they do that, they bring one of the linebackers out and bring in that 5th defensive back. In this case, the 5th DB is Foster.
Griffin trying to get off tackle, but the Mustang pursuit forcing him back inside. It's going to be 4th and 1. He picked up a little bit more than what I thought. He got out to the 29-yard line. They're picking the ball up from the 26 back there, yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah, pretty favorable spot there. Gonna have Logan Wynn back deep to return this punt. Been seeing some different guys back there. Got Logan back there this time. He's a threat to take it all the way.
A little bit of pressure on the kick. Logan will have a chance to return it. Fields it at his own 40. Dancing around a little bit. Picks up some blocks, and there's a flag down. So he's going to take it into Pecos territory, but it's going to come back, it looks like. Look like maybe a blindside block. It would look clean. He got in front of him, but they're trying to take those blindside blocks out of the game, and maybe Mustang's guilty of one right there. That'll negate what was a pretty good return there from Logan Wynn. He was slow to get started. Well, he says block in the back. So maybe that's not what I saw.
I saw what you were talking about, and I think that could have been thrown as well, but I think the other penalty happened a little further away from the ball down here.
Yeah, let's see.
Maybe not.
Oh, maybe right there.
There, yeah, it was close to the ball, yeah.
I was looking at this one right here. I think that's Micah Blackshear that came back with a nice block for Logan to get him on the edge. So we'll back it up to the Mustang 30-yard line.
Mustangs with another look, different look offensively now. They shift out of it.
Screenplay for Jeffcott, second reception of the night. Picks up 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7. But we're moving so fast, didn't get to mention Noble Fence. 3rd defensive stand of the night. 2 via the punt, 1 via that interception from Cruz Dixon. But we're already stacking those up tonight, too.
Mustangs back with that tight formation, single back in the backfield.
They're going to toss it out to Brown. Same play that he scored a touchdown on. He gets the edge out to the 45-yard line. First down for the Mustangs.
Going to mark him out there right at the 45-yard line. Clock running, under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. All Mustangs so far.
They spread them out a little bit more here. Medley still in it, tight end. McDonald goes in motion. Ryland takes the handoff in the backfield, and that time, not a lot of room to run. It looked like Zaid Hinojosa was the first Eagle there. Hinojosa, and then number 14, Joel Aguilar. Those two guys really active. Aguilar, 3-year starter for the Eagles. And he's one of the guys you see. He's one of the bigger guys on the team, but pretty quick at that linebacker spot, too. Flip out to Medley on the screen. Good blocking from Logan Wynn, and Max McDonald again. He's got it inside the 30. There's a flag right here at the 36-yard line.
Probably going to get one of the Mustangs holding downfield there. It'll be a spot foul, so they'll back it up 10 yards from that. That's just outside the 35-yard line, so
maybe
probably
a
going to bring
yard
up
short.
second and less than a yard by the time they mark it off.
Yeah, it looks like 2nd and 1, like you said. And maybe the block's just a little bit too good on the outside. You saw McDonald and Wynn both holding those blocks for a little while. But that was a nice catch and run for Medley. So you end up with 9 yards. You don't get the huge explosive play on the score sheet, but you pick up 9 yards. Martin looking to pass. He's got Jeffcott again on the outside this time, and he's bumped out of bounds by Mateo Fernandez, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Yeah, they'll spot it at 34, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Quickly to the ball.
There's a flag far side as Guajardo has enough for the first down if the play stands. I don't know. It looks like we caught them with 12 guys on the field. And so the Mustangs will decline that penalty and take the yardage. So Gavin does get his explosive play there.
Mustangs back to the 4 wide out formation, single back in the backfield.
Martin hands off inside for Rylan Brown. Rylan with 2, they're going to spot it at the 20. So 2nd and 8. And the clock running under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The only thing we've seen kind of as a sustained drive from the Mustangs tonight. Martin drops the snap. Now rolling to his right. Found Jeffcott at the 10. But Ryland unable to haul it in. So it'll be 3rd and 8 now.
So far, a more conventional drive. We'll see if the Mustangs can translate it into more points. Quick scoring drives, first 3 times they had the ball.
He dropped the snap and was able to get outside the pocket and make something happen. I think maybe a win for Pecos in that you made him pass it. You didn't let him run it in for a 20-yard touchdown pass, as he's prone to do. And now rolling to his right, flips it out to Jeffcott, and that time they just weren't on the same page. He was throwing it back shoulder to Ryland, and Ryland was still moving up the field. So Swanson trotting out here for what looks like will be a 37-yard field goal attempt. So we're under 2.5 to play now, first quarter. And we mentioned Cottle coming in a little bit. I think maybe just to get him some experience, so if he does have to step in, it won't be his first time out there. That one wide to the left. He had plenty of leg on that. But the Mustangs missed the scoring opportunity there. Haven't seen a ton of field goal attempts, so maybe good for Braden to get one in. I know he's not a huge fan of that left hash mark, and you can see it there.
About the only thing that hasn't gone the Mustangs' way so far here in the first quarter is they do come up empty on the field goal try. Defense will take the field again. Looks like still in that same defensive formation with actually they go back to the more standard look, 4 defensive backs and 3 linemen, three linebackers, pardon me.
Keeper up the middle for Garcia. His blockers both went outside. He went up the middle and only picks up a couple, so 2nd and 8 on the way. That Mustang run defense has been really stout to start this first quarter. This time he hands it outside, a little bit more room to run out across the 25 for number 6, Javian Martinez. But again, another third down deep in their own territory to start this game. So the Mustangs are shutting down that Pecos running attack so far.
Mustangs continuing to work different personnel into the game. That's number 25, Jared Vigil, in at one of the linebacker positions. Pecos taking their time here. Still about 20 seconds on the play clock.
Well, that's number 16 in at quarterback. That's Omar Salgado, not Garcia, and he hands it off to Griffin. Griffin finds some room to run, breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races into Mustang territory. One man to beat, and he's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown. A 74-yard touchdown run for Amari Griffin, and you see some of that explosiveness. He can run through some tackles, and then he will run away from people.
Mustangs didn't get the pads on him like they have been. Ran through some arm tackles there, and then like Nathan said, you see the explosiveness, good speed as he runs away from the defense for the long score. So Eagles on the board for the first time tonight, 21-6, extra point to come.
Extra point from Braulio Grado is good. So 1 minute left to play in the first quarter, and Pecos with a quick strike of their own. It's 21-7. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network. Noble Fence Company has been in business since 2001. Owners Branham and Lee Noble are proud West Texans, born and raised in Lubbock, and Texas Tech alumni. Now, Lee and Katie are proud members of the Shallow Water community, supporting the Mustangs and Phillies. At Noble Fence, our main focus is customer service. Contractors can be hard to deal with, but our goal is to make your fence job as easy as possible while building the highest quality fence possible. We specialize in customizing a fence to fit your individual needs using only the highest quality materials and unsurpassed workmanship. We strive to build quality fences, but more importantly, quality relationships with the great people of West Texas. Find us at noblefence.com and call or email us today. We're back at the Todd, 21-7 after a 74-yard touchdown run from Amari Griffin to get Pecos on the board. Another deep kick into the end zone. Two Mustangs there. Jeter will bring it out. He's got some room to run into Pecos territory. A stiff arm, still on his feet inside the 30-yard line. Still on his feet at the 25. Now getting a push from his teammates inside the 20. All the way down inside the 20-yard line. Blaze Jeter with a huge kickoff return.
Blaze showing some nice speed there. Gets a crease and takes advantage of it, as you mentioned. Nice stiff arm there, and then a little rugby scrum, gets some extra yardage with that. They're going to spot the ball. Still haven't put it down yet. Looks like the 18 is we're going to spot it. So see if the Mustangs can respond here after Pecos got on the board for the first time on that last long touchdown run.
82 yards on their return for Jeter, and the Mustangs in good shape. Martin rolls left, now running right, still on his feet, gets a block and into the end zone. Cooper Martin from 18 yards out, another one-play drive for the Mustangs.
Second one-play drive of the night for the Mustangs. This one a pretty short one after the long kickoff return, but a great response after Pecos scored to come right back and answer it. Mustangs 27-7, extra point to come. Cottle, left-footed kicker, is on for the Mustangs.
So Cottle and Swanson switching in and out on us. They're going to keep us on our toes with the kicking game tonight. Cottle's extra point is good. It's 28-7 now. 35 seconds left. Still in the first quarter. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network. Welcome back to Todd Field. Mustang kicking unit still about to take the field. We'll see if it's Cottle or if it's Swanson kicking off. They're going to keep us on our toes. Braden is out there right now to kick it off. But Blaze Jeter with an 82-yard kickoff return sets the Mustangs up at the Pecos 18-yard line. And one play later, Cooper Martin runs into the corner of the end zone, 28-7. So a quick answer to Pecos' first touchdown of the night. This kick will land around the 20-yard line. Going east and west on the return for really no gain out at the 16-yard line. The Mustangs wall that one off. And here's another look at the renewed collision instant replay. Martin was rolling left and then takes off right. And notice the block out to get him into the end zone from Maddox McDonald. We've seen a handful of those plays this year from Cooper Martin. When he gets out of the pocket, you never know what's going to happen. And another touchdown run for him off script. Still 28 seconds left to play in this first quarter.
Garcia back in at quarterback now. Nathan noticed he's back in after sitting out the last possession for the Eagles.
Yeah, so it's good to see him back out there. He hands it off to Griffin. Griffin does get to the outside, and there's a face mask. The tackle via the face mask from Micah Blackshear. And Griffin had the edge, so we'll tack on 15 from the end of that run. It's interesting that the only score that Pecos got last year was a 73-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter, and then Griffin with a 74-yard touchdown run in the first quarter today to get him on the board for their first score. And again, we didn't get, we take what we can get every week, and so you never know. Sometimes the roster includes heights and weights. Most of them include their classification, and this one we didn't get either. We got their names. But I did see, based on the internet on the article, that Griffin is just a sophomore. Garcia flips it outside, and I was about to say a clothesline from Blaze Jeter right there, just slung down.
It's going to be the last play of the first quarter.
Slung down, was that Dominguez? Just slung him down right there. Nice gain on first down, but like you said, end of the first quarter, 28-7. We'll take another quick break. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
We're back at the Todd for the start of the second quarter, 28-7. Nathan Riojas and David Blackburn here with the Shallow Water Sports Network crew. And RD called it. He said, get off to a quick start and don't fall for any of the distractions. Come out focused and ready to play, and the Mustangs have. As Pecos will have 2nd and 7 to start. Griffin looking for the edge again. He's met at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Micah Blackshear.
Yeah, Blackshear did a better job of going down and getting the tackle on that one. Got up a little high that last time and got a hold of the face mask. This time he knocks him down after a minimal gain, brings up 3rd and about right at 5.
So we've seen that one explosive play, a 74-yard touchdown run from Griffin out of this Pecos team, but really not a lot otherwise on the ground. They need a 3rd down conversion here. Garcia rolling to his left, throws into double coverage, and it's knocked down. Good coverage by that Mustang secondary. Looked like Daniel Rideout was underneath that pass.
I think it was Wynn over there on the corner, and like I said, right out coming over from the safety position to help out. Logan Wynn, number 5, will go back deep to return this punt.
I love these red jerseys, but the numbers on the other side of the field sometimes are tough to pick up with these. Short punt. Logan has to let it bounce around the 30, but not a very favorable bounce for the Eagles, as the Mustangs will get it at the 26. And again, this is I think this is only the second drive that is. The Mustang. Well, no, that's not true. We've had a few long drives. They just haven't lasted very long. 68 yards, 78 yards, then just 13 yards.
Yeah, a couple of short fields after an interception and a long kickoff return.
Another noble fence defensive stand, forcing the punt. Another toss out to Rylan Brown, this time left side. A stiff arm, and he's out across the 40-yard line. First down run for Rylan Brown.
Yeah, good room around the left side here. Rylan with another nice long run gets him out. Just, let's see, they're going to spot it at the 43. We've got a timeout by Pecos.
So while we have a minute, we have a lot to talk about. It's a crazy time of year right now. Volleyball teams in the middle of district play. They'll start their second run through their district schedule tomorrow noon at Chuck Darden Court against Tulia. They're right now 5-0, currently the only undefeated team in District 2-3A, and they'll try to remain undefeated and set their sights on a district championship before what we hope is another long postseason run. And Coach Alex Johnson's tennis team as well, they're in the playoffs. And, of course, in team tennis, they have to play up. In order to play team tennis in the fall, you got to play up in 4A. And they won their by-district contest 11-4 against Snyder. That was in Seminole. And then on Tuesday, they were in Andrews to take on Fort Stockton, beat them 10-8 in the area round. They'll be in the quarterfinals Monday, All Saints against the Liberty Patriots. So we know we don't have school on Monday. If you're not doing anything, get out and support shallow water tennis at All Saints High School. Martin looking deep this time for Guajardo. It's his turn on his feet inside the 10. Can he get to the corner? Touchdown. Gavin Guajardo, and another quick strike for the Mustangs.
Mustangs getting Guajardo into the scoring action here. We talked about that last year, how many different Mustangs scored. So getting several guys into the scoring action here. You can see on the replay, Martin, a little pressure in his face, gets the ball up. Guajardo has to wait on it just briefly. Defensive back closes in on him, but Guajardo is able to shake him off and outrun him to the end zone for another long touchdown. And this time Swanson on for the extra point, and it's good. We're having to watch there. They're rotating those guys in, getting Caudle a little work in there as well, but this time Swanson boots it through.
35-7 after the 56-yard touchdown strike. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in two-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
First United Bank is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Phillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
And we're back at Todd Field. Looks like they switched kickers out on us. William Caudle has it teed up. He'll kick it deep for the Mustangs. Pecos will let this one roll into the end zone. So 2 plays, 74 yards in that last scoring drive for the Mustangs. 56-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Martin to Gavin Guajardo, and good effort as he had 20 yards after the catch to get into the end zone. So now 35-7, just over a minute into the second quarter.
Yeah, Mustangs scoring a lot and scoring quickly. A lot of short drives here. That one, a two-play drive, second two-play drive we've had.
So now from their own 25, the Eagles try to get something going. Garcia with the keeper, and he runs into Daniel Rideout, who stayed at home. A tackle for a loss.
Number 11 with the football, that's Avery Garcia.
And now second and 12, second and 13 on the way.
Loss on the play brings up a second down and about
See Rideout quickly in the backfield. Boschma was taking away the primary option, and then Daniel stayed at home. Got quickly into the backfield. So the clock running now as we approach 10 minutes in the second quarter.
Pecos in no hurry, letting the play clock run down below 10 seconds now, it's counting.
Handoff inside, not a lot of room to run. Clanahan, Richardson, Jeter, and Boschma all holding their ground and just nowhere to go for this Pecos run game so far.
Mateo Fernandez with the ball for Pecos, number 77, and on the tackle, that's
So he gets back near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third and about 10 and a half, maybe, as they're just shy of the 25-yard line.
Defensively, the Mustangs continue to go back and forth between their standard defensive formation and their fifth defensive back formation. This time they've got 5 defensive backs in there.
Garcia hands it off to Martinez in the backfield. That time, Boschma meets him at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, Boschma came shooting through from a defensive right side there. You'll see here on the replay.
Oh, yeah, just unblocked. Unblocked.
Boschma's a good enough player when you block him, but when you don't block him, he's sure going to get you.
Yeah, quick move. And then you see a little bit of the dance at the end. Another noble fence defensive stand for this Mustang defense. Almost get to that punt. They force a short punt. Logan came up and acted like he was going to field that, but he decides to let it go, and the Mustangs will have it in their own territory, or in Pecos territory, excuse me. Right at the 40-yard line, it looks, is where they're going to set it down. So another drive with really good starting field position.
Yeah, another noble fence defensive stand there. Mustangs almost blocked the punt on the bobbled snap there. The punter's able to get it away, but really a high punt with not much distance. They get about 15 yards out of it. So Mustangs with another drive starting here in Pecos territory.
5 wide receivers from Martin. We've seen a little bit of everything from the Mustangs offensively, and he goes right down the middle. This time, is that Logan Wynn? Why not spread it around to everybody? Logan Wynn with the reception. They keep him out of the end zone, but he's got it down to the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal from there.
number 9, Kai Salgado on the tackle for Pecos.
Mustangs line up quickly. Kind of the Prairie Dog look over to the sideline as everybody looking for a play call. So they line up quickly, but now we've got a timeout.
Looks like referee signaling Pecos took the timeout.
Well, one play and 35 yards, and now we're at the 5-yard line. It's been crazy. You take a look at this renewed collision instant replay. Quick move off the line of scrimmage in the slot there for Logan Wynn, and then on that skinny post, just couldn't get away from the safety, number 9, Kai Salgado. Nice. At least keeps him out of the end zone for now.
Yeah, nice protection back there. You can see on that replay just a nice pocket for him, for Cooper, where he could step up and step into it and make a nice throw down there.
Yeah, it looks like.
Thought we were about to have another one-play drive there.
I mean, so far, 3 plays, 75 yards, 1 play, 78 yards, 2 plays, 19 yards. Let's see, and then we missed a field goal, kind of the only miscue maybe for us tonight so far as they're lined up first and goal from the 5. We went 1 play, 18 yards, 2 plays, 74 yards. Carry on inside, and it's another 2-play scoring drive. Carry on in for the touchdown.
And another different Mustang
Yeah.
score, and we're going to have to keep track of that too, Nathan, see if we can top last year on the number of different players that found the end zone. But Carry On finds it this time out of the running back position. We've seen him quite a bit on defense here so far in the game. This time he moves over to the offensive side, giving Rylan Brown a breather there, finds the end zone. Caudill on for the extra point. And that one's good. Mustangs tack on another extra point, expand that lead to 42-7. Still just under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Mustangs rolling offensively. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney, you're hiring a whole team of attorneys.
When people call us, they need someone they can trust.
We know how to get results for our clients.
That's our history. We win, and we win big.
Welcome back to Todd Field, 42-7. It's Braden Swanson this time that will kick off for the Mustangs. Maybe we're just alternating now as it's fielded around the 10-yard line. And again, the Mustangs limit their return. There's a whole bunch of them around the 20-yard line to bring down Jordan Morales.
Number 10, Jordan Morales, running the kickoff back.
So they'll start at their own 20 again. And we've seen quick scoring drives from the Mustangs. We saw a 3-play scoring drive, mostly because of a 74-yard touchdown run from Amari Griffin out of this Pecos team, but then a lot of noble fence defensive stands, turnover, several punts.
Some more new faces up front defensively, 51 Paxton Stocky.
Omar Salgado comes out at the quarterback position for Pecos again. He hands it to Amari Griffin. Griffin loses some yardage there as the Mustangs all in the backfield. Look like Tate Dodd.
Yeah, Tate Dodd came off the left side there. That's Stocky on the other end. And then that's 73 Nathan Molina in there and 70 Alejandro Venzor. Those are your front four defensively for the Mustangs now.
Aiden Miller, number 30, that was another one of the guys I was trying to see. Looked like he and Dodd came in from the right side. Miller from that linebacker position to get that TFL. Now 2nd and 11. This time Salgado pulls it, picks up a little bit of steam and gets out across the 25 or right to the 25-yard line. So not sure if Garcia's a little banged up or if they were planning on this rotation, but Omar Salgado Jr.
Yeah, you mentioned
QB.
Miller in there, one of the linebackers, another linebacker, V-Hill, and the third one is Bryce Cooper. 7, that's Connor Shires. He's the corner on the far side of the field. Once again, Mustangs getting more guys into the game here.
Salgado Jr., straight keeper off the left side, and he takes a pretty good shot near the Mustang sideline.
Right out comes up out of one of the safety positions and pops him pretty good.
Tate Dodd chased him down, and Bryce Cooper you saw was in the picture. Bryce Cooper is one that's been messing with us. We've seen him wear number 32 and number 50 this year. So Dodd gets there, Rideout's there. Cooper helping string that play out as well. So just good team defense from the Mustangs tonight. And maybe just a little too one-dimensional for Pecos. The speed of this Mustangs defense really choking out that run attack for the Eagles tonight. Here's another punt situation, and they got in there and hold up. Logan with a chance at a return. Fielded it just on our side of the 50-yard line, but he'll bring it into Pecos territory.
Yeah, just another pretty short punt towards the boundary there. Not much of a chance for Logan to return that one. Like to see him be able to catch one of those in the open field. He's pretty fun to watch when he gets out there.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we'll see that before too long. Like you said, he hadn't been able to get loose a whole lot this year. But now at the Pecos 45-yard line, another noble fence defensive stand, forcing the punt.
Cash McCravey, number 12, in at one of the receiver positions, wide receiver on the far side.
Rylan Brown with the carry up the middle, and nice push from the offensive line. He's all the way inside the 40-yard line.
Tackle number 10, Jordan Morales. 7 on that play brings up a second down and 3.
So 2nd and 3 now. The Mustangs taking their time a little bit more offensively. We had a running clock last year in the second half. I'm curious if we'll have the same. Pecos is a long ways away from home, so we might see that. But we'll have an extended halftime show. The Kyle Motherall, Edward Jones halftime show will include all of the homecoming festivities tonight. Martin quickly outside for Connor Shires. Connor with a stiff arm and then pulled down in front of the line to gain, right near the line of scrimmage. I think he might have picked up 1 to make it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, the Eagles closed pretty quickly on him there, held him to a minimal gain.
So we mentioned homecoming volleyball game tomorrow. It's also the Harvest Festival tomorrow, so a lot going on in Shallow Water tonight, tomorrow. Here's a free play for the Mustangs as Eagles jumped off sides, a back shoulder throw.
Looked like McCravey over there. As you said, hard to tell. That's that far sideline, but that was number 12, Cash McCravey with the catch.
Yeah, and no flag, unless they just decided, like, no, it's not even worth announcing it. You see clearly they jump off sides.
Yeah.
And so McCravey with a good back shoulder catch and gets it into the red zone. They spot him actually right at the 20-yard line. So you look at the replay, they might have shorted him a couple yards. But he lines up wide again. Yeah, from the far side, it's hard for us to see over there. It's a little bit easier. Maybe I just need to start watching the monitor. Jake's got it set up nice in here. It's brighter on our screen. Rylan Brown inside, and that time, not a lot of room to run. They've got him just a 1-yard gain to the 19-yard line.
It's been pretty tough between the tackles there. Mustangs have had more success getting outside with the run game. Just a yard gain on that one, 2nd and 9 here. Clock winding down, 3 minutes, about 40 seconds to go until halftime, 42-7. It's been all Mustangs.
Shires in the backfield with Rylan Brown, McCravey, Medley, and Blackshear also in there. Rylan off tackle this time inside the 15. He's looks like 3 yards short of a first down, so it'll be 3rd and 3. The Mustangs slowing down a little bit. You see Cooper check in. So the Mustangs switching out personnel early in this one today. There's a lot of playing time for everybody. Part of what you want to do as you get into district play, get some experience for everybody on the team, get everybody out under the lights, and maybe get your starters healthy if you can. There was a nice play inside by Zaid Hinojosa.
Yeah, comes shooting through there, and Mustangs are going to lose yardage on the play, and brings on the field goal unit.
And this time it's Cottle. So I think they're just alternating every time. It seems like that's the pattern now. William Cottle will attempt a 38-yard field goal. No, it's a 33-yard field goal, and it is good. So
Cottle with a strong leg puts it through.
Both with the distance. Cottle gets his. So 33-yard field goal for the Mustangs, and it's 45-7, 2:01 left to play in the first half. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in two-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
Spirit Mortgage is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Phillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
We're back at Todd Field, 45-7, 2:01 to play in the opening half. That last drive started at the Pecos 45-yard line. Mustangs get a 33-yard field goal. William Cottle with 3 points. He has it teed up now to kick it away.
Cottle, a sophomore.
He and Swanson were both competing for kicking duties at the beginning of this year, and they're just letting him, making sure he gets some experience out there tonight. Mustang special teams again, all over that kick return. Pecos will start inside the 20-yard line again, and I think that was one play. Are we going to have a 2-minute warning? We were wondering. There was 2:01 on the clock. Are we really going to run one play and have a 2-minute warning? It looks like we will.
Yeah, I guess I thought they would kind of combine that with the change of possession here, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Both teams huddled up on the sideline still.
Well, and they don't have to put 2 minutes back on the clock. Yeah, there you go. So 1:53.
Yeah.
You just got to stop it. So it does give us an opportunity to remind you again, Coach Levi Savage and the volleyball team continue district play at the Horseshoe tomorrow. They'll look to move to 6-0 against the Tolia team, where they start the second half of their district schedule now. And again, Coach Alex Johnson and the tennis team Monday at All Saints High School versus the Liberty Patriots in the regional quarterfinal round of the playoffs for them. That Liberty team is really good, so if you can go out and support them Monday morning at All Saints High School. So again, we see some rotation. Omar Salgado Jr. in quarterback, and he hands off to Griffin, who's got the left side. Nice open field tackle for that's Daniel Rideout. Again, they're hard to see on the other side. Daniel Rideout pops up, and I thought Griffin was going to be running for a while, and Rideout got him. So still a good gain on the play, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Rideout, not the biggest guy out there, does a good job on that tackle. Griffin a load and does a good job of one-on-one tackling out there. Nathan, talking about everything going on here in Shallow Water Athletics. Today's October 10th. I saw October 22nd is the first day of practice for girls basketball, so 12 days away from them getting started practice.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's coming at us fast now. We had Kurt Richardson in on the First United Bank pregame show last week, and he talked a little bit about that too. Their first district game's December 2nd, and they open with Idalou too, of all teams. So it's going to be crazy now with Talkington in the district. It's a 9-team district, so everybody's going to play 16 district basketball games on the girls' side anyway. So it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, much different than what we see here in football with a 4-team district and 3 district games. But, of course, the boys' basketball runs a week behind the girls, so they'll be starting practices a week later. So basketball practices for both boys and girls starting up here later this month.
Griffin, another handoff inside, and just not a lot of room on the inside. He's had most of his success bouncing outside. Right there, pushes the pile forward out to, they're going to give him the 35. And we just run out the time here in the first half. 45-7 as we head to the break. I know you're not going anywhere because we will show you all of the homecoming festivities here on the Kyle Motherall, Edward Jones halftime show. We'll take a quick break, but we'll be right back to bring you all of that in its entirety here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in two-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
First United Bank is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Phillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
Founded in 1913 and located in northwest Lubbock County, Shallow Water is a place you will find people with small town values who pride themselves in West Texas traditions. Shallow Water is a community you will be proud to call home. Mayor Roy King Potter and the Shallow Water City Council encourage you to stop in and say hello. They want to make Shallow Water the best it can be. Shallow Water, where Texas pride runs deep.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806 or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage where every bite feels like a victory.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of Shallow Water Athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
Noble Fence Company has been in business since 2001. Owners Branham and Lee Noble are proud West Texans, born and raised in Lubbock and Texas Tech alumni. Now, Lee and Katie are proud members of the Shallow Water community supporting the Mustangs and Phillies. At Noble Fence, our main focus is customer service. Contractors can be hard to deal with, but our goal is to make your fence job as easy as possible while building the highest quality fence possible. We specialize in customizing a fence to fit your individual needs using only the highest quality materials and unsurpassed workmanship. We strive to build quality fences, but more importantly, quality relationships with the great people of West Texas. Find us at noblefence.com and call or email us today.
The future starts here in Shallow Water ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallow Water ISD, in a class of our own.
It's strength training in two-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
Spirit Mortgage is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Phillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo Surrey, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
At GBI Law, you're not hiring one attorney, you're hiring a whole.
We are back on the Edward Jones, Kyle Motherall post-game show here on the Shallow Water Sports Network. Mr. Barber has already initiated these homecoming festivities. We're going to mute our mics, and we're going to let Mr. Barber take it from here.
Brandon is currently working for Dufresne Rail Services in Andrews, Texas. And thank you to the former king and queen for joining us tonight. First, we would like to take a moment tonight to recognize 2 of our homecoming princes. Representing our LLC classes this evening, these young men represent courage, determination, and school spirit, and we are proud to have them on our homecoming court. Our first prince tonight is Johnny Rodriguez, son of Johnny and Israela Rodriguez. Johnny enjoys participating in school events and is on the cross-country team, and is known for his positivity and always being respectful and helpful to all. He is being escorted tonight by his parents, Johnny and Israela Rodriguez. Our second prince is Micah Gonzalez, son of Adrian and Naomi Gonzalez. Micah has a vibrant spirit and a contagious enthusiasm, always the first to cheer others on and show pride in their school. Micah loves being a part of Shallow Water community and looks forward to graduating in the spring. He is being escorted tonight by his parents, Adrian and Naomi Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our 2 princes a round of applause for representing our LLC program this evening. And continuing tonight's festivities, we will have our homecoming king crowning. Our first homecoming king candidate is Rylan Brown, son of Lisa and Scott Frederick, and Jared and Anastasia Brown. Rylan is being escorted this evening by his mother, Lisa Frederick. After high school, he plans to pursue a bachelor's degree in construction management. Rylan would like to thank all of his family for their love and support. They have always encouraged him and been his biggest fans no matter what. Our next homecoming king candidate is Garrett Boschma, son of Stephen and Gina Boschma. He is being escorted this evening by his mother, Gina Boschma. After high school, Garrett plans to attend Amarillo College to play baseball and major in agricultural business. He would like to thank his dad for always providing for him and helping him be the best version of himself every day. Our next homecoming king candidate is Caleb Cunningham, son of Michael and Joanna Cunningham. Tonight, Caleb's being escorted by his mom, Joanna Cunningham. Caleb plans to attend Lubbock Christian University, majoring in biology to become a pharmacist. He would like to thank his parents for raising him to be his best and for always being his biggest fans in everything he does. Our next homecoming king candidate is Cooper Martin, son of Tyler and Kristen Hill and Josh and Trincy Martin. Cooper is being escorted this evening by his mother, Kristen Hill. After high school, he plans to pursue a degree in business with an interest in real estate. Though his college choice is still undecided. Cooper is very thankful for all the coaches and teachers who have supported him since he started pre-K at Shallowater. He would like to especially thank his mom for being the rock and soul behind everything he does, for always pushing him to be his best, and for inspiring him daily with her quote, "Love you, go be great." Our final homecoming king candidate is Maddox McDonald, son of Misty and Dusty McDonald. He is being escorted tonight by his mother, Misty McDonald. After high school, Maddox plans to attend Amarillo College to continue his baseball and academic career. He is considering a major in architecture or pursuing a career as a coach. Maddox would like to thank his parents for encouraging his faith and always being his biggest supporters. Congratulations to each of you for being chosen to reign on the 2025 homecoming court. Shallowater High School Student Council would like to present each king candidate with a rose to congratulate them on their homecoming king nomination. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Shallowater High School homecoming king is Cooper Martin. Now it is time for the 2025 Shallowater Homecoming Queen coronation. Our first homecoming queen candidate tonight is Reagan Barrett, daughter of Keith and Ginger Barrett. She is being escorted this evening by her father, Keith Barrett. Reagan plans to attend Texas Tech University or Texas A&M in the fall of 2026. Majoring in animal science to become a veterinarian, and one day, hopefully, owning her own practice. She would like to thank her mom for always being her biggest fan, cheering her on through every success and setback, and for being a loving, selfless role model who demonstrates strength, kindness, and unconditional support. Our next homecoming queen candidate is Carly Buckley, daughter of Ben and Ashley Buckley. She is being escorted this evening by her father, Benton Buckley. After high school, Carly plans to attend college to study interior design, though her school of choice is still undecided. She would like to thank her parents for guiding her with Christian wisdom and showing her how to love others like Jesus. She is especially grateful to her mom for her gentle spirit and kind heart, and to her dad for being a faithful man of God who continually provides for and protects their family. Next, we have Emma Kate Foster, daughter of Bryce and Kristen Foster. Tonight, Emma Kate is being escorted by her father, Bryce Foster. After high school, Emma Kate plans to attend Texas A&M University to study psychology and pursue a career in law. She would like to thank her parents for always guiding her toward success and loving her unconditionally. She is especially grateful for the way they lead her and her brothers to the Lord and nurture faith in their lives, knowing that without their encouragement, devotion, and wisdom, Emma Kate would not be the person she is today. Our next homecoming queen candidate is Campbell Morris, daughter of Aaron and Sarah Morris. She is being escorted this evening by her father, Aaron Morris. Campbell plans to attend Texas Tech University in the fall of 2026, majoring in business and marketing. She is grateful for her time at Shallowater and the friendships she has made. Campbell would like to thank her sisters, Kennedy and Carter Morris, for keeping life fun and being her best friends. She also thanks her parents for their constant support and for leading their family to live more like Christ every day. They continue to be her greatest examples, and she is deeply grateful for everything they do. Our final queen candidate for the evening is Taylor Wood, the daughter of Chris Culver and Kyle and Casey Preston. She is being escorted tonight by both her father, Chris Culver, and her stepfather, Kyle Preston. Taylor plans to attend West Texas A&M University in the fall, but is undecided on her major at the moment. She would like to thank her siblings, Blakely and Trace, for always bringing joy to her life and keeping her on her toes. She is so thankful they made her a big sister. Congratulations to each of you for being chosen to reign on the 2025 Homecoming Court. Shallowater High School Student Council would like to present the Queen candidates with a rose to congratulate them on their Homecoming Queen nomination. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Shallowater High School Homecoming Queen is Carly Buckley. Congratulations to tonight's homecoming court. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one final round of applause to our 2025 Shallowater Homecoming King and Queen, Cooper Martin and Carly Buckley.
Carly Buckley, homecoming king and queen in 2025. It was good to see Brandon Forster and Maggie Grimes back here too. We actually got to visit with Rylan. Rylan Blackburn came up to the booth to say hi. He's here, so a lot of Shallowater alumni in the building. The stands packed as always. And a fun night here at Todd Field. 45-7 as we start this Kyle Motherall, Edward Jones halftime show, and the Mustangs just got off to an incredibly quick start. That's one of the things we talked about in that first United Bank pregame show. Don't get distracted. Don't let this stuff, cause you to come out and have a slow start or to not be focused. And the Mustangs looked like they were locked in from the very beginning. Mustangs got the ball to start. They went 3 plays, 75 yards. It was a 68-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Martin to Rylan Jeffcott. And with just over a minute into the game, they were up 7-0, almost 2 minutes into the game, I guess you should say. Noble Fence defensive stand, they force a punt. And then one play, 78 yards. Martin this time to Maddox McDonald, 14-0 in favor of the Mustangs. One play on Pecos's ensuing possession, and it's intercepted by Cruz Dixon. It puts the Mustangs at the Pecos 19-yard line to start their next drive. 2 plays later, it was Rylan Brown, a 13-yard touchdown run, 21-0. Another Noble Fence defensive stand in the punt. Mustangs got the ball back at their own 30, drove down, missed a 37-yard field goal, maybe the only miscue of the night for the Mustangs offensively anyways. Pecos got their first score of the night, 74-yard touchdown run from Amari Griffin. It was 21-7 with still 1 minute left to play in the first quarter, and it looked like we were heading to the second quarter, but then an 82-yard kickoff return by Blaise Jeter got the ball down to the Pecos 18-yard line. One play, 18-yard touchdown run from Cooper Martin. It's 28-7, and then the Mustangs get the ball back after another punt. 2 plays, 74 yards. This time a 56-yard touchdown pass from Martin to Gavin Guajardo. It was 35-7. Another punt forced by the Mustang defense. They get the ball at the Pecos 40-yard line. 2 plays later, 5-yard touchdown run from Byron Carrion after that 35-yard reception from Logan Wynn got him down in the goal-to-go situation, 42-7. And then right at the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 33-yard field goal from Cottle. It's 45-7. These stats are crazy here at the break.
Yeah, let's take a breather there, Nathan. A lot to talk about there in the first half, giving us the rundown there. But as you said, it's been all Mustangs, really about the only 2 things that haven't gone the Mustangs' way. The missed field goal, and then did let the Eagles break away on that long touchdown for the lone score there. But you see the yardage there, pretty one-sided there. We'll look at Pecos first, only 16 passing yards, 136 rushing yards, and about 80 or so of those yards came on one play. So 5.2 yards per play, 5 first downs, and the 1 turnover. That was an interception. Mustangs, on the other hand, passing yardage, Cooper Martin connecting with several guys on long plays, 308 yards through the air in the first half alone, and also picking up some on the ground as well. We saw Rylan Brown break free a couple of times for some longer runs there, 85 rush yards in total, with Brown accounting for most of those yards per play for the Mustangs, in contrast to the Eagles' 15.1 yards per play. 11 first downs, and the Mustangs have taken care of the ball, no turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, 15 yards per play is about as efficient as you can get. The Mustangs with a 45-7 lead, and one of the things that we were talking about kind of off camera is we might see a running clock in the second half. We expect to see a lot of bench players for the Mustangs. The Mustangs will empty the bench here in the second half, and so it'll be fun really in the second half to see everybody, I think, on the Mustang sideline and get into the game. One of these games where you build some depth, but then also maybe start resting some of your players as you get into a district run. This is the last non-district game of the year for the Mustangs. We'll have a bye week next week, and then we'll be at Bushland to start district play, and we'll see that Bushland team right now, 14-12. They're playing in Andrews tonight, one of the district opponents, or one of the Andrews in the same district as Pecos, what I'm trying to say. And it's 14-12 in favor of the Falcons there. River Road getting beat at home by Lamesa 41-20. Dalhart 33-14 at Denver City. That's a pretty good drive from Dalhart, but Denver City playing them tough. I think Denver City may be looking to make some noise in the postseason in Division II. We always keep an eye on our friend Chip Darden and Lubbock Cooper, and right now, not sure what's happening there, but trailing 28-3 at the half. Clyde and Breckenridge tied at 7. Seminole with a big lead on Fort Stockton. And you see one of those scores down there, not really the same what we normally have, but a big night. It's because it's homecoming. Why not talk about a Shallow Water alumnus, Eric Morris? He's a Friday night legend here in Shallow Water, and a rare Friday night game for them. The first sellout for UNT. I don't know if that's the first sellout ever or the first one in their renovated stadium, but huge night for them, hosting number 24 South Florida. People saying that has some college football playoff implications. Those two teams maybe trying to work their way into an at-large bid, and the Mean Green right now tied with South Florida 21-21 at halftime. We might keep you up to date on that one in the second half, but fun night for Eric Morris and his staff. And we have so many individual stats to look up here. Jake's just putting them on the screen for us. You see Cooper Martin. We talked about efficiency, 12 of 14, 308 yards for 3 touchdowns. Cooper Martin also running the ball 5 times, 54 yards. So he's throwing it for over 300 yards in the first half, also averaging over 10 yards a carry. Rylan Brown at 4.3 yards per carry. Carry-on got a touchdown as well. Let's see if we can count how many different guys have scored a touchdown. We know Martin's thrown 3. He's also rushed for 1. Jeff Cott's caught 1. Guajardo's caught 1. Maddox McDonald caught 1. And then Byron Carry-on rushing for 1. So maybe we had 7 last year, so we need 2 more maybe to get that mark. We were going to see if we could surpass that in this game tonight. But off to a pretty good start. RD said get off to a quick start, and they did fly out of the gate. So the Mustangs, again, we're not sure about the running clock situation, but we know we'll see the Mustangs empty their bench. And, I've said it a couple times already tonight, volleyball team in the heart of their district run, they'll have a home game tomorrow. So if you can get there in the midst of all of the Harvest Festival activities, get there tomorrow. And Monday, don't forget about team tennis for Coach Johnson as they take on a really tough Liberty team at All Saints High School. We want to mention we found out before the game, talking about the Harvest Festival, our very own Tristan Powell, cameraman, he will be performing at the Harvest Festival tomorrow. So the parade starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow, but you can see a musical performance by Tristan. I don't know if he doesn't know what time they perform or if he just didn't want to tell us, because I think he knows, and he's just like, I don't know what we're going to do, but if we find out, we'll let you know. But going to be a lot of fun stuff. As always, the Harvest Festival and the Lions Club, that's their biggest fundraiser of the year, so be sure and catch the parade, go have lunch and play some games. The live auction, Rocky Blair, that was always my favorite, even as a kid. Obviously didn't have money to buy anything, but just loved listening to Rocky. And he's been doing it. Cole Hamilton told me he believes this is his 41st year to do that here at the Harvest Festival in Shallow Water. So that's probably my favorite part. And, of course, the Queen and the Princess crowned later that night around 9 o'clock. But going to be a lot of fun with some volleyball in town and then the Harvest Festival.
Yeah, if you've never been to the Harvest Festival in the parade, it's a really a fun day. The parade is really pretty impressive. All the entries in the parade there, so a fun time to get out, and just a lot of community spirit along with that. And the Lions work hard to put that on, and the money they raise from that goes right back into the community, into different programs here. So good thing to do tomorrow. Should have a nice day for it as well.
Yeah, going to be perfect weather, and we love to give Tristan a shout out. Go find him at some point tomorrow. He'll be playing some live music at that Harvest Festival. Of course, Jake Warren and Zach Cole producing all of this for us tonight. Angel Flores, Kason Eastwood, and Tristan Powell all working cameras. And Cooper Bunting, his hands have had to be on fire tonight, keeping track of all these stats. That iPad over there. I think he said he's kind of getting into a rhythm. He's getting used to it, but keeping stats by yourself is crazy. He's got the toughest job on the crew, so we appreciate Cooper Bunting and all he does. We're just about finished here on the Kyle Motherall, Edward Jones halftime show. We're going to have a hard time deciding, as always, who those Glass Sheen Vice and Innerman players of the game are going to be in the Caprock Financial Group post-game show, but just be sure and stick around for that here at the end of this game. And again, excited to see kind of everybody get to play. We'll be scrambling. We'll be referencing the roster quite a bit to make sure you know who all's out there. Mustangs received the opening kickoff of this game, so right now it's William Cottle that has it teed up. Again, Cottle and Braden Swanson alternating kicking duties in that first half. Cottle with a 33-yard field goal in the first half. Kicks it deep here, and they'll let it sail in for a touchback. The flag out there in the northeast corner of the stadium still not blowing at all. It's crazy. You can see it the top left of your screen there. We don't get that a lot. It's a perfect night for homecoming.
Yeah, perfectly still. Still, there's some beautiful weather for this time of year. Mustangs come back out here defensively. It looks like we've already got some more different faces into the game. Try to get those for you here.
We've seen two different quarterbacks for Pecos tonight. Avery Garcia, their normal starter, is back in the game, and he hands to Griffin. Griffin going off tackle any chance that he can get. When he gets some space out there, he's got home run potential every time he touches the ball. A 74-yard touchdown run in the first half right there. He's got 5 out to the 30-yard line to make it 2nd and 5.
That's 20 Manning Mitchell into the game. Was in on that play, forcing the running back out of bounds on that far side.
4 wide receivers with Griffin in the backfield. Griffin again, the carry, tried to go outside, and that time he is met in the backfield by Truett Vaughn. Truett was excited when he got up after that tackle. So tackle for loss, a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 6 now.
We'll see. Pecos early on in passing situations, they did go to the air without much success, and it seems like since then they've tried to pick up those 3rd downs with the run game, and have not had much success doing that either. 3rd and 6, typically a passing situation, they'll run it.
And again to Griffin, and Griffin caught up in the middle, and then it was Garrett Boschma again, the Bosch, having a big night. Part of that, I was checking him out at halftime. He's got some sparkle on his cleat, glitter, something on those cleats tonight. I don't know if that's just for homecoming or what, part of the homecoming court, but he makes the tackle with the fancy cleats on tonight. As you see some of that sparkle on the cleats and the dance celebration.
And it's a no offense defensive stand.
Mustangs get after the punt. Logan Wynn lets it bounce around the 45. It'll come to rest around the 41 or 42. Still waiting for number 5 to get a shot at a big return. He might be getting ready to play quarterback right now.
I believe he is. Saw him coming over the sideline with the coaches there, and he'll come back onto the field here. And would not surprise me at all if Cooper Martin's day is done, and that next man up in that position would be Mr. Wynn, and that looks like the case.
Your likely starter at quarterback next year for his senior year, Logan Wynn, from the Mustangs 42-yard line. He hands it off, bouncing outside. Is that carry on?
That's Foster.
Easton Foster gets the carry.
Good tough run there. I like the way he hit the hole there and spins forward, and going to get first down yardage on the run. Yeah, Cash McCravey in at one of the receiver positions, Connor Shires, and then that's number 19, Kristen. Just get to that
Curtis Prieto.
Curtis Prieto, yes.
Yeah. So everybody getting a turn here still. You see Aiden Miller lined up at the tight end position, kind of the up back / tight end position for the Mustangs. He's tight on the right side right now, number 30. Fumbled snap. Wynn does hand it off to Foster, and they lose a little bit there. Some extracurricular activity in the secondary, but it'll be 2nd and about 3.
Yeah, mishandled snap there, kind of messed the timing up. Goes in reverse on that one.
We didn't have a running clock to start. They stopped it after we switched possessions. Mustangs started with 9:52 to play in this 3rd quarter. So we're not quite there yet. It means these Mustangs should get a lot of experience. Another snap that gets away, and Logan just falls on it. Foster took a shot anyways from senior linebacker Joel Aguilar. So now third, and it looks like 18. Again, some more substitutions. Miller checks out, and we'll see 4 wide receivers with Foster in the backfield. Rolling to his right, Logan looking deep. He's got a man wide open. McCravey inside the 20, inside the 10. Cash McCravey, touchdown, Mustangs.
Logan Wynn rolls out to his right and finds McCravey. He was streaking wide open behind the defense. Nice pass and catch there. You see McCravey turning on some speed, going into the end zone for another touchdown for the Mustangs. 51-7. That's our 6th different Mustang to score tonight. We were keeping track of that.
Yeah.
Counting it at halftime, we had 5 in the first half, so the 6th Mustang to score. Swanson on for the extra point here.
That extra point is good. So 7.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Another quick strike from the Mustangs. 52-7. We'll be right back on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in 2-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
Spirit Mortgage is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Phillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
Welcome back to the Todd, 52-7. Swanson has it teed up, and Jake called it well as we were heading to commercial break. Maybe a glimpse into the future. 54-yard touchdown pass from Logan Wynn to Cash McCravey, 2 juniors on this Mustang team. Fair catch called for at the 5-yard line by Griffin, so it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Yeah, 2 juniors there, and another. It was technically a is that a 3 or I think it was a 4-play drive because we did pick up a first down. A 4-play drive, and then a 54-yard bomb from Logan to McCravey. So sticking with the first half theme, and we did stop the clock at 7:28.
Yeah, a lot of different personnel in the game for the Mustangs that time on offense, but same result, another short drive as far as number of plays and a long scoring play to cap it off.
Different ball carrier in the backfield too for Pecos. That's Hayden Martinez bouncing it outside. Good first down gain out near the 30-yard line. So it looks like 3rd and 6, or 2nd and 6, excuse me. So Hayden Martinez in the backfield with Omar Salgado Jr. at the quarterback. So they've switched quarterbacks out a couple times tonight. Quarterback keeper up the middle. We want to give credit on that tackle, number 70. That was Alejandro Vinzer.
Yeah, Vinzer up front along with Tate Dodd up here on this left side. Trying to get you some more new personnel in there.
I think Juan Martinez.
Juan Martinez, 58.
And it's 3rd and short. Quarterback Delgado Jr. right at the line again. He pushed forward for a couple yards, I think, out to the 37-yard line. So he does have a first down. Look like Adrian Ortiz also in on that tackle right there. He's in that defensive tackle position with Vinzer. This time going outside again. That's what they like to do. Manning Mitchell forces the ball carrier out of bounds. Again, that's Hayden Martinez. So you see Manning Mitchell getting on the stat sheet. And it's hard for me. I know Rideout's wearing number 2 this year, but for some reason I still see number 20, and I think Daniel Rideout from last year.
Yep, one of those number changes from last year.
Another first down carry right there as they're falling forward. Salgado Jr., again, we don't have heights and weights, but he's a big kid, number 16. One of their linemen shaking up, but walking off on his own power, so hopefully Julian Mendoza will return. Five and a half minutes to play, and we don't have a running clock yet. That was one of our questions at halftime, mainly because Pecos is so far away from home. If they can, they wouldn't mind getting out of here a little bit early to get on the road. Fumbled snap, and Delgado just falls on it. As it looked like Vinzer was there in a hurry.
Even though it's not a running clock, the third quarter is moving by pretty quickly, though. It seems like a lot of running plays, not much in the way of stoppages. So we're down under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
That loss puts them behind the chains. They'd been moving the ball pretty well, 3-4 yards at a time. But now 2nd and 16. Here's a keeper from Delgado, and just as I say that, he's going to bust one for 17 or 18 yards and a first down. So a big run off the left side. They seem to be running that way. And you see they have some size out there on the offensive line. Running behind number 68, Matthew Chabaria. Another keeper, but nowhere to go this time. There was 4 or 5 Mustangs in the backfield right there. Juan Martinez was in there. He was the first one that I saw. I saw number 58, but I don't know. They all came around the corner.
Now, complete line change up front for the Mustangs. 51, Paxton Shockey back in. 62, Brick Pruitt. 65, Juan Alonzo.
I think Pruitt and Jacob Romero were also in the backfield right there. 2nd and long, straight keeper, left side, and they have some success running off that left side. Nice pickup on 2nd down. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. And now the clock approaching the 3-minute mark. Salgado.
Nathan, I don't have the exact stat on it, but I wonder how many running plays in a row this is for Pecos.
Yeah, after the interception from Cruz, like you said, they really have kept it on the ground, even in what you would think are obvious passing situations. And then right as we say that, they take a deep shot. Yeah. So we gave them the broadcaster jinx right there.
There you go. First time they've thrown it in a while. They seem really content to try to do it all on the ground.
Well, even on 3rd and long earlier, I mean, like you said, really ever since that one interception, they have kept it on the ground, and they let one fly right there. And now you would think, especially at this point in the game, the way they've been picking up solid yardage in the game or on the ground, I mean, you had 2 plays to pick up that first down, maybe get to 4th and manageable, but they punt instead. And that is muffed, but then recovered quickly by Micah Blackshear. Had to hustle up to try to catch that one near the 15-yard line. So we'll see flags down. And they're going to tack on some for a personal foul, it looked like. So just some extracurricular activity there at the end of that play.
And Pecos interfered on the fair catch.
Or they're going to say kick catch interference is what Mr. Barber called. I had my head down. I was assuming it was a late hit.
Yeah, I did too. I looked up as he was signaling who the penalty was on, but it is going to be kick catch interference, and so they'll move it up 15 yards.
Well, it was another noble fence defensive stand as the Mustangs forced the punt. They gave up some yards right there as Pecos got into shallow water territory, but now the Mustangs with the ball back and Logan Wynn going back to work.
I believe that's Foster in the backfield. Yeah, Easton Foster there next to him. He's going to get the toss.
Foster with some room to run, left side, a stiff arm, and stays on his feet out near the 45-yard line. Good first down run for 14 yards. And we saw Easton get his first carries of the year, I think, in Idalou, and provided a little bit of a spark in that second half for the Mustangs offensively, who were having a hard time getting going offensively. And speaking of a glimpse into the future, Easton just a sophomore. Maybe he'll settle in as a ball carrier. He's also really good in the secondary. We've seen him pop a few guys already in these last few weeks. Had a big hit earlier in this game. Right now, and primarily as a running back, he gets another carry. The Mustangs push the pile out to the 47-yard line. So just a pickup of 2, and the clock running inside a minute and a half to play third quarter. So it is moving much quicker in the second half than it did in the first.
Yeah, both teams keeping the ball on the ground a lot, and then also taking time between plays, not running as many plays, running that play clock down some. Even the Mustangs here, not huddling, but taking some time getting the play in. Play clock down 15 seconds now and counting.
So 2 in the backfield now with Logan Wynn. It looks like Aiden Miller in the backfield. McCravey goes in motion. He follows Miller left side, and Pecos strings it out pretty well. And the line judge with a late flag. Maybe just a little too much. As
looks like some unnecessary roughness there is probably going to be the penalty.
Yeah, he was
personal foul.
Already out of bounds. And then just a little too much with the body slam at the end.
That will be marked off against Pecos.
So tack on those 15 yards, and that will put it well into Pecos territory now. McCravey got the carry, also got that 54-yard touchdown reception early third quarter. So now the clock is running. The clock's been running this whole time. Normally, after that penalty, would have stopped it, but we're under 30 seconds to play. This might be the last play of the third quarter. Foster, right side. Tough sledding against the Pecos team that knows exactly what you're going to do. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. So similar to what we saw last year, quick moving clock in the second half, but the Mustangs get 7 more in the third. It's 52-7. We'll be back with the fourth here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
It's the start of the fourth quarter here in Shallow Water tonight. Homecoming night in Shallow Water, 52-7. The Mustangs all over Pecos right out of the gate. And now a quick third quarter. We're moving to the fourth with a 52-7 lead. Nathan Riojas and David Blackburn here with the Shallow Water Sports Network crew.
Yep, last quarter of football before the Mustangs get into district play. We talked about it during the pregame show, a bye week next week, and then 2 weeks from now up at Bushland to start district.
Logan with some play action, gets it out to Aiden Miller on the right sideline, stays on his feet, stiff arm at the 10, tiptoes in. Aiden Miller, touchdown, Shallow Water Mustangs.
Nice catch and run by Miller there as he stays inbounds up the sideline, breaks a tackle, and Miller finds the end zone, and that makes it our seventh Mustang to find the end zone tonight, seventh different one.
And I'm not going to lie, didn't really have any business scoring a touchdown right there, but great play, great run after the catch, like you said. Stiff arm, broken tackles, and it gets into the end zone. Extra point is good, and Aiden Miller, the Mustangs, up 59-7. We'll be right back here on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
The future starts here in Shallow Water ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallow Water ISD, in a class of our own.
Welcome back to Todd Field. 59-7 now. The Mustangs over the Pecos Eagles. And Logan Wynn, his second long touchdown pass of the night, finds Aiden Miller for 41 yards. And Miller time gets in the end zone. Pecos brings the kick out across the 25. We'll start from there.
Saw that crowd shot, Nathan, of a student there doing push-ups after the score there. Game like this, I'd want to get mine in earlier in the game.
Yes.
It's getting up there now, 59-7, 59 push-ups. Mustangs score again. Somebody's going to have to do more than 60.
Yeah. Well, and you got to change. I mean, if you do 52 and then you're going to turn around and do 59. So, yeah, I don't know if Connor's going to switch out with somebody else. But, yeah, they have been busy tonight. 59-7. Pecos from their own 26. And a nice run right up the gut for number 30. That's Joshua Carbajal.
Good crowd on hand tonight, as Nathan mentioned earlier. A good number of them have stuck around, even though the game is well in hand.
Well, and it's fun to see, like we talked about, kind of a glimpse of what this team might look like next year. You see Logan Wynn running the show now at quarterback as Pecos gets a nice second down run out near the 45-yard line, so they'll be 1st and 10 from there. But Logan Wynn to Cash McCravey, somebody like Aiden Miller, senior, getting his moment in the spotlight. One of those guys that just kind of buried on the depth chart last year with 29 seniors, finally getting some time out on the field, and a nice senior moment for him was not to be denied. He probably could have been either tackled or taken out of bounds 2 or 3 times on that touchdown reception. But Aiden Miller gets in the end zone.
Yeah, Aiden did a good job staying in bounds. Nice stiff arm. And Found his way to the end zone.
The footwork that last 10 yards was really impressive.
Second down and 3 coming up for Pecos.
Good camera work, too, on that Renew Collision instant replay.
Trenton Medley in on defense. We've seen Trenton in on offense in there at linebacker now.
Another quarterback keeper, this time off the right side, stiff arm. He's got some room to run and then lowers his shoulder at the 35 down to about the 33, 34.
With the first down.
Salgado got a full head of steam and got a couple yards after contact too. Lowered his shoulder. I don't know if anybody wants to get in his way out there. Micah with the tackle.
He's a load out there, and as you mentioned, he got down low. That's a low center of gravity and pretty hard to stop.
Tackle for a loss right there. So Mustangs get in the backfield. Medley was there to help him clean it up, but Juan Martinez jumped in the backfield to get that TFL. We've seen that same, what has really been a pretty effective run game for Pecos so far this year. The Mustangs are shutting them down. It's just too one-dimensional for a really quick Mustang defense, and Carbajal tackled for a loss there. They can get to the edge, though. They are dangerous right there. Couldn't get out of the pocket. Couldn't get away from Paxton Shockey.
Yeah, Shockey gets him around the waist and brings him down.
Shockey, one of the younger guys. He's just a sophomore. You see him get in the backfield, break down, and then hold on. As Juan Martinez was there to help him clean that up, too. Martinez, a junior, we'll see him back on that line next year. Carbajal again, left side, and not a lot of room. Aiden Miller in on the tackle.
They will have a 4th down and 9.
So it's 4th and 9. Will they put it in the air here? Will they not? Clock running now. Down near 7 minutes. We're keeping an eye on the USF UNT game. I don't know what's happening, but we look at the score. Number 24, South Florida now with a 42-21 lead over Eric Morris's Mean Green from North Texas. Still early third quarter, so not sure what all has happened there, but 3 quick touchdowns for South Florida. You saw a turnover on downs here for Pecos.
Noble Fence defensive stand for the Mustangs. Mustangs have done a good job of that tonight. Really shut down the Pecos offense, except for that one lone score. So Mustangs stopping them on downs several times, forcing multiple punts, 1 turnover on the night.
They'll start this drive at their own 30-yard line. 6.5 minutes to play now, midway through the 4th quarter. Wynn hands off. And what a tough run, as I'm trying to see exactly who that is.
That was Byron Carry-On, yeah. Yep.
And he had nowhere to go. I think that was number 14, Joel Aguilar. We talked about him, senior linebacker, 3-year starter. He jumped in the backfield and met Carry-On there. Carry-On got away for a moment, but still loses 2 yards. Right as we're talking, North Texas answers. They get a quick touchdown strike, so try not to get too distracted over here, but we've got that going on in the press box as well. Big game for Eric tonight over in Denton, and still plenty of time for those guys to get back in this game. Win, low snap, picks it up again, Carry On, met in the backfield. 3rd and 13 as they're just taking advantage of knowing exactly what's about to come. You see some good size on that Pecos line, unlike or bigger than what we've seen the last few years. But number 22, Hidalgo, number 54, Nico Johnson, number 55, Raymond Venegas. Those guys are some big kids. Aguilar again with the tackle. That time, was that Cottle that got the carry? William Cottle gets the carry. Took a big hit from one of those big guys from Pecos.
I believe this is the first punt of the night for the Mustangs.
Yeah,
Have we punted?
I think you're right. No, we missed a field goal earlier, and that's it. That's really the only time offensively we haven't scored.
Ryland Brown's night was done, except he's the punter, so he's going to come out here, and Mustangs will punt for the first time at about under the 4-minute mark to go here in the game. Pretty good sign things have gone their way offensively when you punt for the first time this late in the game.
Yep, high snap, but he handles it well. Fair catch called for near midfield, but they'll let it bounce. And it takes a pretty good shallow water roll inside the 35-yard line. Pecos will start at the 33, so maybe one more good opportunity here for the Mustang defense and some of these young guys to get a little bit of playing time against the Eagles here tonight on homecoming. But yeah, the Mustangs now, like you said, you mentioned here in the second half, you come into this game, hey, 4 quarters to get ready. That's all we have left for district play. And Mustangs look ready. They look like they're hitting their stride now as district play 2 weeks away, kind of start to focus on that Bushland team. Bushland, who doesn't look like, at least on paper, to be the Bushland team that we've seen. But golly, they're always so well coached, and the effort and the energy those guys play with, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Those guys, I know every year watching film to try to get ready for those broadcasts, they are flying all over the place defensively. Coach Reynolds and his staff always have them ready to go. As there's another tackle for Mitchell on a first down run for Pecos. But always well coached, and I think maybe the one thing that's kind of hurting them this year is Quade Ferris, who they expected to be their starting quarterback this year, ends up going to Friendship, and now he's their starting quarterback. So just not quite the same offensively they have been the last few years.
Yeah. They might not be, but we're, playing them up there, and it's always just a big game when you play when Shallowater and Bushland play, and I'm sure it'll have the same type atmosphere this year. They would like nothing more than to knock us off, and same here. But if you're the Mustangs, you got to like what you're seeing here, back-to-back really dominant performances by the Mustangs. Now you're going into a bye week, so you're going to have 2 weeks to prepare for Bushland, and also a team that appears to be healthy. I haven't seen anybody come off the field tonight. I don't see anybody on the sideline, that appears to be, out with an injury tonight. If there are some bumps and bruises, you're going to have those 2 weeks to get everybody feeling good. So if you're the Mustangs, you got to like what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, starting to establish themselves on the line of scrimmage again, both on offense and defense. Really, really pretty good run attack from this Pecos team. Pretty dangerous with a couple of their guys, including Amari Griffin, who we saw with that 74-yard touchdown run, but good at shutting down their run game tonight. The secondary, we've seen them with multiple interceptions the last several weeks. They had 4 interceptions against Canadian, and really not many opportunities tonight. But Cruz Dixon, when he got an opportunity, pulled down another interception tonight. So defense playing really well, and the offense, like you said, you mentioned Ryland Brown kind of get that run game going, and we saw that tonight too. So settling in on the line of scrimmage and rounding into form as district play. There's a forced fumble. It's free. The Mustangs have it. It looked like Mitchell was right there, and the umpire Is he pointing? No, he's saying third down. Thought Manny Mitchell might have had it. I think that was Alejandro Vinzer, that forced that fumble. Let's take a look at this Renew Collision instant replay. Vinzer does get a hand in on that to strip it, and it just takes a Pecos bounce. Gets by Medley, and Mitchell had a shot at it. But now 3rd and 4. And just a straight keeper again for Omar Salgado. And now we're a minute to play. Looks like the Mustangs are going to move to 4 and 3 and move into that bye week with some momentum going into district play.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be a first down, so it looks like it'll probably be the last play right here. I don't think Pecos will be in any hurry to get any more plays off, so probably going to be it right here.
One more carry, right side up the middle. And Aiden Miller's there to save the touchdown. It looked like for a second that Hayden Martinez was going to get free and take it to the house. Miller saves the touchdown, and now Pecos does line up quickly. They might try to punch it in here in the last 15 seconds.
Yeah, they got some good yardage now. They're smelling a chance to score here.
Cut back to the inside, but the Mustangs are there. Looked like Vinzer tripped him up as Delgado. They strung that play out really well. Salgado, and he cut it back inside. But the Mustangs hold, and that will be the last play of the game. 59-7, the final. No, timeout with 4 seconds left. I'm looking over at Jake, and he's saying, nope, timeout. So they're going to run one more play, and you can't blame them. You want to try to get in the end zone here. 10 yards away from pay dirt after a long run from Hayden Martinez. And
yeah, I agree, and I really felt like it when I said there at about 40 seconds that might be the last play, that I really figured they, if they got stopped, they were going to have no interest in running more plays, but they got some good yardage and got down here close, and now they're wanting to see if they can punch it in. Mustangs showing some pride here, trying to keep the second half shutout intact. Lone score came in the first half, let them slip away on a long run. Other than that, the defense has held tough the whole game. So we'll see if we can keep them out of the end zone here on what should be the last play now.
One more play before the Caprock Financial Group post-game show. Martinez, another carry right side. Hayden Miller tracks him down. Easton Foster helps him finish it up. Vinzer pops up with the football. And 59-7 now officially the final. The Mustangs with the big win on homecoming night. They improve to 4 and 3, ready to start district play 2 weeks from tonight in Bushland. So stick around for the Caprock Financial Group post-game show. We'll see you right after this on the Shallow Water Sports Network.
It's strength training in two-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
First United Bank is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Phillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
Founded in 1913 and located in northwest Lubbock County, Shallow Water is a place you will find people with small town values who pride themselves in West Texas traditions. Shallow Water is a community you will be proud to call home. Mayor Roy King Potter and the Shallow Water City Council encourage you to stop in and say hello. They want to make Shallow Water the best it can be. Shallow Water, where Texas pride runs deep.
Hey sports fans, are you hungry for a win? Swing by Fred's Garage, where we are always cheering for the Mustangs and Phillies. Join us Wednesday through Saturday where you can have breakfast like a state champion and enjoy watching the game on one of our many screens. Have the best pizza in the 806 or even quench your thirst with your favorite beverage. We will see you soon at Fred's Garage, where every bite feels like a victory.
People's Bank is a proud supporter of shallow water athletics. Let's go, Mustangs and Phillies.
Noble Fence Company has been in business since 2001. Owners Branham and Lee Noble are proud West Texans, born and raised in Lubbock, and Texas Tech alumni. Now, Lee and Katie are proud members of the shallow water community supporting the Mustangs and Phillies. At Noble Fence, our main focus is customer service. Contractors can be hard to deal with, but our goal is to make your fence job as easy as possible while building the highest quality fence possible. We specialize in customizing a fence to fit your individual needs using only the highest quality materials and unsurpassed workmanship. We strive to build quality fences, but more importantly, quality relationships with the great people of West Texas. Find us at noblefence.com and call or email us today.
The future starts here in Shallow Water ISD. Our students are dreamers, leaders, and achievers, prepared for success in every path they choose. With strong academics, competitive athletics, award-winning fine arts, and unmatched community pride, we're building tomorrow, today. In partnership with our community, we challenge and support every student to live with service, leadership, achievement, and character. Together, we're shaping a future of excellence. Shallow Water ISD, in a class of our own.
It's strength training in two-a-days, running bleachers and sprint drills. You practice till you can't take another step. Then you practice some more. You love the process because you know that to remain in a class of your own requires exemplary character, sportsmanship, and unrivaled excellence on and off the field.
Spirit Mortgage is proud to support the Shallow Water Mustangs and Phillies. You truly embody the spirit of West Texas.
For over 40 years, St. Clair Orthodontics has cared for our patients with the latest and cutting-edge orthodontic care. We see this as our mission field, where we have the privilege to care for you beyond your smile, helping you find confidence, hope, and the smile you've always dreamed of. We truly believe that in this office, thousands of lives will be changed. Start your smile journey with St. Clair Orthodontics by scheduling your free consultation. You can find us online or call us today.
At Zia Lone Star Power Sports, we love to ride. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising on the lake, or exploring the back roads, there's a ride for every adventure.
When we took the side-by-sides to the canyon, or we raced the Sea-Doo last summer, and don't forget the ATVs on the ranch.
4 locations, endless adventures. Come see us at Zia or Lone Star Power Sports and start making your own family memories.
Welcome back to Todd Field, another victorious edition of the Caprock Financial Group postgame show on the Shallow Water Sports Network. Nathan Riojas in the booth with you, and the Shallow Water Sports Network crew, Jake Warren, Zach Cole, Angel Flores, Tristan Powell, Kason Eastwood, and Cooper Bunting bringing you tonight's broadcast. And Zach and David Blackburn have gone down on the field. They'll round up the Glasheen, Vias, and Interman players of the game for us, but Mustangs get off to a quick start tonight, just like RD said. Start fast, and they did tonight, 59-7, similar to what we saw between these two teams last year. The Mustangs had a 45-7 halftime lead. The only touchdown, and really the one bright spot for Pecos in that first half, a 74-yard touchdown run from Amari Griffin. And last year it was the same as a 73-yard touchdown pass. This year, 74-yard touchdown run from Griffin. They do end up, the Eagles do, with 280 yards on the ground. Of course, they did get a lot of that in the second half, but over 5 yards per play. The Mustangs averaging over 15 yards per play in the first half. They end up at 13.3 for the game, 16 first downs, 403 yards in the air. They had 308 at halftime. And then Logan Wynn comes in, backup quarterback, as Cooper Martin's night was done, and he throws a couple of bombs for touchdown passes, and the Mustangs end up with 403, just 16 in the air for the Eagles, and Cruz Dixon intercepted a pass, that lone turnover that set the Mustangs up on a very short scoring drive in the first half. The Mustangs only touched it 3 times in the second half. Their first possession ended with a 54-yard touchdown pass from Logan Wynn to Cash McCravey, 2 juniors. They made it 52-7, and then after a Pecos punt, another Noble Fence defensive stand. We had a bunch of those tonight. Mustangs get a 41-yard catch and run, really, from Aiden Miller. Logan Wynn throws it out to Aiden, and Aiden makes a couple guys miss, gets a stiff arm, stays on his feet, some nice footwork inside the 10-yard line to make it 59-7, and that ends up being the final. Like I said, a much quicker second half. The Mustangs only 3 possessions, Pecos with 4, and a nice little defensive stand for some of the younger Mustangs on the team to hold Pecos out of the end zone and keep it at 59-7. Some individual numbers. Cooper Martin, 12 of 14 in the air for 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. They were averaging over 15 yards per play in the first half. And right now we've got David Blackburn down the field efforting some post-game interviews for us right now. The Mustangs huddled up, as you can see, around the 20-yard line. A good talk as it was a successful homecoming night for the Mustangs. And we don't really, it's kind of hard to update these scores for you because our second half moved so fast, and we got to this Caprock Financial Group post-game show so quickly. Most of these other games not anywhere near finished yet, as we see Bushland and Andrews. Bushland has taken the lead. Still just a 1-possession game, though. I think it was 14-12 at half, and it's 20-12 now in the fourth quarter. Still halftime score for Lamesa and River Road, but River Road trailing. That'll be the only district home game this year for the Mustangs. That River Road squad will come here in between trips to Bushland and Dalhart for the Mustangs. Dalhart continues to roll. They're up 54-22. Hunter Trussler, one of the names we've heard over and over again. He was a wide receiver while Kyler Reed was the quarterback there in Dalhart. Took over when Kyler Reed got injured last year at the quarterback position. We've seen him in basketball too. Hunter Trussler leading that Dalhart offense. Of course, offensive coordinator Kyle Kitchens, a familiar name here in Shallow. They're going to be a lot to handle for the district finale for the Mustangs in Dalhart. But that right now, 54-22 at our last update. The Cooper Pirates right now trailing big on the road in Abilene. Not sure what's happening there, but not excited about seeing that score for Coach Darden and the Pirates. Seminole rolling against Fort Stockton. Clyde and Breckenridge with a good game. Clyde, one of those teams that we saw early in the non-district run. We might see them in the playoffs too, kind of depending on how the bracket shapes up and how deep those two teams go. And then the 21-21 halftime score between North Texas and South Florida got out of hand pretty quickly in the third quarter. North Texas is going to try to fight their way back. Again, that's a 5-0 North Texas team against 4-1 South Florida. South Florida ranked number 24, and those two teams, by some predictions, fighting for what would be an at-large bid in the college football playoff. So keeping an eye on our friend Eric Morris. And we know the Morris clan was torn tonight. They wanted to be here for Campbell, who was one of the Queen candidates for homecoming, but also a big night for Eric and the Mean Green in Denton tonight. So right now, still a lot of work to do for the Mean Green, and we are just about ready, I think, to send it down David has got the Glassine, Bias, and Interman players of the game. He's talking right now, as you can see on the camera, maybe a spoiler, Garrett Boschma and Cooper Martin. Just crazy. Garrett Boschma in the backfield on almost every play tonight. Defensively had some big tackles for a loss. And the Mustang defense, just a big night for them as they shut down this Pecos run-heavy attack. 59-7. Again, that one big play, that 74-yard run in the first quarter, really the only thing the Mustangs gave up defensively. And you can see, you're getting a live look at the behind-the-scenes action there. Zach Cole and Kason Eastwood plugging the mic in right now for David to talk to the Glassine, Bias, and Interman players of the game. Cooper Martin on the offensive side, Garrett Boschma, two King candidates as well tonight. We'll send it down to David.
This is David Blackburn with the Shallow Water Sports Network. I'm here with our Glassine, Bias, and Enderman players of the game. Tonight we're going with our offensive player of the game, senior quarterback Cooper Martin, and our defensive player of the game, senior Garrett Boschma. I'm going to start with you, Cooper. Cooper, so came off a disappointing loss at Idalou, bounced back with two really big wins at home against Canadian, tonight here against Pecos. You've got a week off on the bye week, so in 2 weeks you start district play. That's what you've been working for these 7 non-district games. What's the mindset of the team, and what do you do now to get ready for that district play?
Yes, sir. So, well, after that loss against Idalou, we just kept reiterating the saying, don't ring the bell, meaning don't quit, never give up, no matter what the circumstances are, winning, losing. We just keep putting that fire in, and that's how we're going to go into these next weeks. Don't ring that bell. Now that we're catching a little fire, just keep feeling it and keep going.
I would say Mustangs have caught fire. Dominant win last week, another dominant win tonight. Now I'm going to talk to Garrett. Garrett, our defensive player of the game over here. So Garrett, this is a big week here. Homecoming festivities, a lot of things going on. How do you stay focused and come out in a game like this and get off to such a quick start and really take control from the beginning?
It started Saturday after Canadian. We came in and we knew we had to cut out all the distractions for the week and just focus on the game. Homecoming's for all the people in the stands. We have a game to play, and that was our job, that was our responsibility, and we stayed locked in on that and focused on that all week.
I would say you did. Great performance tonight. Now, it is homecoming, so I do have to disclose, if you didn't see it, these guys were part of the homecoming court, so Coop is the homecoming king here, so he got that crown tonight here. But Garrett, I got to ask you about your shoes down here. You got a little sparkle on your shoes here. Any story behind those?
Just my grandma wanted to bling them, and I let her just because it was homecoming, something different.
Oh, well, dang, I didn't notice that. Man, you're both all blinged up. All right, so these are your players of the game right here, Cooper Martin and Garrett Boschma, the Glassine, Bias, and the Enderman players of the game. Mustangs with a big win tonight here at home. They'll take the week off next week before they get to district play up at Bushland. This is David Blackburn. I'm going to send it back up to Nathan in the booth.
Thank you, David. We appreciate him rounding up the post-game interviews for us, the Glassine, Bias, and Interman players of the game, Cooper Martin and Garrett Boschma, two of those senior leaders. And I loved that he asked them, I loved what they had to say about bouncing back, not ringing the bell, and they have bounced back in a big way over the last couple of weeks. A huge win against Canadian, the number 6 team in 3A Division II, and then a big kind of no doubt, no nonsense 59-7 win. Just got off to a quick start. That's all you can do. And when in a game where you've got the other team outmatched, you come out, take care of business early, and the Mustangs able to kind of empty the bench and build some depth, get some experience for some guys down the line that you'll probably need into the playoffs and guys that you'll see play next year. But the final score, 59-7, a dominant effort, and now we get ready for district play in District 1, 3A here in Division 1. It's always tough, and it won't be any different this year. The Bushland Falcons is where the Mustangs, they'll open on the road. Then you come home for a game against River Road. And then you've got a game against Dalhart to end it all at the end of the district run. It's crazy that we've played 7 football games already. We'll have a bye week. And then again, October 24th in Bushland, the Mustangs and everybody else in our district will be in the playoffs. And now it's a matter of who gets the district title and what the seeding will look like as they all head into the postseason. But we'll be in Bushland next Friday. Of course, a busy weekend for the Shallow Water Sports Network, starting with volleyball game tomorrow. Coach Levi Savage and his Phillies right now atop the district 2-3A standings. They're 5-0, and they're about to start the second half of their district schedule. They'll be at the CDC tomorrow versus Tulia, high noon, so be there. We know everybody will be catching the Harvest Festival. Parade starts at 11, lunch and games, auction at 6, Queen and Princess at 9. Tristan Powell will be providing some live entertainment at the Harvest Festival at some point tomorrow, so be sure and support the Lions Club. And then Monday morning, we know no school. We've got, of course, all of the staff still working. We've got parent-teacher conferences on Monday, but Alex Johnson's team tennis postseason run will continue in the regional quarterfinals. They'll be in Lubbock at All Saints High School starting 10:30 in the morning against Lubbock Cooper Liberty. So if you can on Monday morning, get out there and catch some tennis between Shallow Water and Liberty, a chance to make it to the regional tournament for Coach Alex Johnson and his team. But just another good night for the football team and another good broadcast for the Shallow Water Sports Network crew. Jake Warren and Zach Cole get all this set up for us and produce what you see on your TV screen throughout the night. They're the guys that make it look so good. And then Cooper Bunting. I always say Jake Warren is the MVP of the Shallow Water Sports Network. Cooper Bunting is, making a case. He is working his tail off trying to keep stats over there on the iPad. And we appreciate the Caprock Financial Group that's helped us purchase some new stats software this year. Cooper killing it, trying to keep up with those stats each and every week. Angel Flores, Kason Eastwood, and Tristan Powell working the cameras for us tonight. We appreciate you spending your Friday night with us. We'll see you tomorrow at the Horseshoe for some volleyball.